This is John with Cold Plunge Connection. Happy Saturday if you're watching this live. If you are watching the recording for this video, I'm going to go over just a quick bit of information on how to winterize your cold plunge. In other words, how to keep it safe if it's getting really cold outside. So if you're watching this from anywhere else in the world, welcome. If you're watching this from the US, we've got some pretty big winter storms coming in right now. We're in 2024, January 13th right now. This will still be applicable later on, but let's keep those cold plunges safe and up and running so we can continue our practice and continue to get the benefits of having a regular cold water immersion practice. If you're swimming in cold water or in a natural body of water, or if you have a stock tank or just some other kind of tank that you're filling up with water and you're letting Mother Nature do the work, there's absolutely zero need to winterize that thing. It is meant to work out in the cold. You're totally fine. If you have a chest freezer, or if you are using a chiller as part of your cold plunge that you have built as a DIY, or if you've purchased one, you want to make sure that that thing is safe. Otherwise, you're going to end up with an expensive mistake to fix, or some problems to fix, if the cold water damages the equipment. So first of all, let's talk about chest freezers. Check with your manufacturer to find out what the operating ambient temperature is. There is a high and a low range. If it drops down for most chest freezers below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, that's about 4 degrees Celsius, that chest freezer is at risk of not working correctly, and you could damage the equipment. So what I'm going to recommend is if you could just drain it and dry it and store it and use a stock tank when it gets really cold, that is one option. If your chest freezer is in an insulated room, or maybe it's in a garage where there's at least it's got protection from the elements, one thing you can do is to get a space heater and put that near the compressor, just to help keep that water, or keep that equipment warm, and keep everything flowing correctly. On the space heater, make sure that you do not have it set too hot. It really shouldn't go any higher than about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep that range 40 to 45, somewhere in there, and make sure that it's not too close to the equipment that it's going to cause any kind of damage. So if you want to get really super technical with this, you could hook up a temperature controller with a sensor near the equipment to kind of turn that space heater off and on as you go. So that's really it for the chest freezer. If you've got a chiller-based system, again, much like chest freezers, most chillers, if you're using a chiller that's meant for aquarium uses or other uses, they're not meant to be outside when it gets really cold. So how you do this is the best thing to do would be to actually remove the chiller. For your output and input hoses, you're going to connect those two together. And I'm not going to go into super detail in this video. I just wanted to get this out there so that you guys will have this information, and you can figure out the details, or put comments below, and we can go into further discussion about this. But so just connect those two together. You want to keep the pump running. That moving water is going to help prevent things from freezing up, and that is helpful. However, if it gets really, really brutally cold out there, one thing you might consider is adding a stock tank heater or an immersion heater. Now, you can get these from Tractor Supply stores. You can find them on Amazon. And what that thing does is it'll go down into the tank. If you've got a plastic tank or tub, make sure that it is safe for plastic, or make sure that it's got a cage around it. I've got one around here somewhere that I'm going to be plugging into a cold plunge. Here's the cage. I found the cage. So this is going to sit on the bottom of the tank. And then this is the actual heating element that goes in there. One thing about these, they are rated for how cold it's going to get. So the amount of water that you have and the temperature that you're expecting it to get down to will play a big part in how well these things actually work. This one happens to be 1500 watts, which is a pretty seriously heavy duty stock tank heater. And the thing about this is that requires a lot of power. So if you have, you probably want to have a dedicated circuit to plug that into, or at least make sure that you've got an outlet that will be able to handle that additional electricity, the wattage and amperage that is going on there, so you don't pop off any breakers. So those are really the two big tips I have for you. Just make sure to winterize the cold plunge, or for winterizing your cold plunge, to protect it from damage from the cold. So if you have any comments or suggestions or questions, please put those in the comments below. Looking forward to a great 2024, everybody. There will be more content and more videos coming out, and appreciate everybody here in the community doing their part to help keep us connected and support and encourage one another for the new year coming this year and always. So appreciate you guys. Have an awesome year. Stay safe out there in the cold.